Every city, there are stories whispered in markets, told in courtyards, and carried by the wind into the ears of travelers. Some stories speak of wealth and glory, others of betrayal and loss. But among them, there are rare tales that shine brighter, stories where tragedy turns into hidden mercy. This is the story of a man who had everything, and then nothing. It is the story of Rahman, the merchant who lost everything. Rahman was a man of humble beginnings. Born in a small village by the river, his first taste of trade was selling dates in the dusty markets as a child. His father had left little wealth behind, only honesty as an inheritance. Rahman carried this honesty like a lantern, and wherever he went, people trusted him. By the time he was 30, Rahman's name had spread across the city of Samra. He owned warehouses filled with silks from Persia, spices from India, and gems from the deserts of Arabia. His caravans moved across lands, like veins carrying the lifeblood of commerce. People admired him not only for his wealth, but for his generosity. He gave to the poor, built wells in villages, and paid the debts of widows. Children followed him in the streets, and men raised their hands to greet him. In every gathering, Rahman was a symbol of success and honor. But as the old proverb goes, when the tree grows too tall, even the winds grow jealous. The city's night sky, usually decorated with stars, glowed red that night. Rahman's largest warehouse, filled with goods worth fortunes, was swallowed in flames. The fire danced like a beast unleashed, devouring silks, carpets, perfumes, and jewels. The people gathered to watch. Some whispered prayers, but others smirked. For in the heart of society lies a cruel truth. Many admire success, but more envy it. By dawn, nothing remained but ashes. The fortune Rahman had built over 2 decades lay in ruins. The city buzzed with rumors. Some said it was an accident. Others whispered it was divine punishment. A few even claimed Rahman had grown arrogant and deserved the fall. When Rahman arrived at the ashes, his servants wept, his friends disappeared into the crowd, and his rivals smirked openly. All eyes turned to him, expecting wailing, anger, or despair. But Rahman did none of these. He bent his knees on the cold ground, raised his hands to the sky, and whispered, "Thank you, my Lord, for everything. What you give, you may take. What you take, you may return. I belong to you, and to you I return." The crowd fell silent, some mocked him. "Look at him, he has lost his senses. Madness, his fortune is gone, and he gives thanks." But Rahman's face shone with peace that no flame could burn. In the days that followed, Rahman became the subject of laughter. The same men who once invited him to their feasts now crossed the street to avoid him. Children who once greeted him with joy now whispered behind his back. His so-called friends vanished like smoke. His partners, who had shared profits for years, offered him no help. Rahman, one of them, said coldly, "Business has no room for weakness. You're ruined. We must move forward without you." Even his servants left, for without wealth, what use was a master to them? Rahman was left with nothing but a small house and the clothes he wore. Yet, every night, when he prayed, his words remained the same: "Thank you, God, for everything." Weeks later, a traveler from another city arrived in Samra. He sought Rahman with urgency. "Are you Rahman, the merchant?" he asked. "Yes," Rahman replied calmly, though his clothes were worn and his face carried the weight of trials. The traveler lowered his voice. "Then you must know the truth. The fire that destroyed your warehouse, it was not an accident." Rahman's eyes narrowed but remained steady. "Go on." The man continued, "Your partners, the ones who abandoned you, they had plotted against you. They had grown jealous of your reputation and feared your influence. Their plan was to kill you. The night of the fire, they had arranged to meet you inside the warehouse. under the pretense of signing new contracts. But before you could arrive, the fire broke out. No one knows how it started, but it saved your life. Rahman's heart trembled. The fire, which had stolen his fortune, had in truth spared his soul. Rahman's days of wealth had ended, but his days of wisdom had begun. He took small work, selling in the markets with his own hands. People who once mocked him now marveled at his peace. How can he smile after losing so much? They whispered. Rahman would answer gently. A man owns nothing: wealth, fame, and power. They are all visitors. Today they come, tomorrow they leave. But gratitude is the companion that never abandons. In time, his honesty once again attracted buyers. Slowly, with patience and trust in God, Rahman rebuilt a modest trade. He no longer sought to be the richest man in the city, but the richest in faith. Years later, when people spoke of him, they no longer called him Rahman the wealthy. Instead, they called him Rahman the thankful. And his story was told not as one of loss, but as one of mercy hidden within fire.